Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be planting Dutch baby yellow potatoes. I love these potatoes, would love to grow them at home. I've never done potatoes before, so this is a first for me. These are small enough, they're about, like smaller than the size of an egg, honestly, so I don't even have to cut them, but I did wait until they had eyes on them. You can see the sprouts, the sprouted eyes. I waited to make sure they would do that so that I had confidence that they would actually sprout and grow in the ground, because some companies actually spray their potatoes with like a growth inhibitor to prevent sprouting. So I wanted to make sure. And if you do like a bigger potato, like a russet potato, you're gonna have to cut that into smaller slips. But this is pretty cool. We're gonna plant it 3 inches deep, evenly spaced around the planters, and they're just gonna multiply. In about 90 days, we'll dig them up and see how many we got. I'll have to keep track of how many I plant in each planter. The watering method we're gonna use is a Growoya. I've never used one before, but I just bought them during the Black Friday sale they had. This is the small size. It waters a 2 foot by 2 foot area. So what I'm going to do is first dig a hole, plant the Oya just so that only the silicone part up here is exposed. I'm going to open that up, fill it with water, and close it so that no pests get in or anything. And I'll have to periodically check and see how quickly that water dissipates and how often I need to fill it up. But I suspect it's going to be about, once a week I'd have to fill it up. And the way that it works is kind of twofold. A little bit of water will actually just seep out of the porous clay into the soil. But also, once the plants have roots that are mature enough, the roots will actually latch on to the Olla and suck out the water as they need it. But that doesn't happen immediately because the potatoes don't have roots immediately. So we're going to have to compensate while we wait on those roots to grow by just hand watering with this. This is my new Giraffe Tools retractable hose that I just installed today. I'm super excited about it. It's going to make my life so much easier in the garden. So let's get started. I'll do one planter at a time. I'll start digging the hole for the Oya all the way until that top point is covered. And then I'm going to put in however many potatoes I can where they're only 3 inches deep and evenly spaced around it. I'm going to take off this top layer of mulch because I don't want to mulch. I don't like to mulch too early. I think it kind of inhibits some growth sometimes. Like the sprouts don't get enough. It basically adds depth, if you want to think of it like that, for your little seedlings to come through. You don't want to make life too hard for them. I think I could go deeper. Let me show you what that looks like up close. This is the depth that I wanted. I wanted to leave a little bit of room for, hey, look at that lizard. I wanted to leave a little bit of room so that I can mulch without covering the lid. So let's go ahead and fill that up. Pop that lid back on. All right, now it's time to put the potatoes in. I've got my Barebones Hori Hori knife. I love this thing. It's got these markings on it. If you look closely, maybe the lighting, yeah, there we go. If you look closely, you can see there's marks every inch. So I'm shooting for 3-inch depth for planting the potatoes. So I'm just gonna, hold my finger on that line come in over here. I'll probably do, I think they need some room to multiply, right? So I'm gonna just go, I'm gonna put one there. I'll have to squish the potatoes in there in a second, but I just kind of want to get an idea of how many. All right. Looks like I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try to make sure we pick a healthy one. This looks good. Lots of sprouts. Usually they say like to plant things with the sprouts pointing up, but there's sprouts all over it, so I don't even think it matters. I'm really excited about planting potatoes. I also am really excited about using an Olla. These are like also called an Olla, or maybe it's Oya, Aya. Not very good at pronouncing words. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a really convenient watering solution. You don't have to route drip irrigation or anything to it, which sounds great. So we're going to just cover that up. There we go. We got one pod done. I'm going to do the 2 others really quick, and then we'll water them all in. All right, guys, looks like we're done. Let's water them in. I put my new Giraffe Tools hose on the shower setting, and I'm just gonna lightly turn it on. This soil hasn't really been watered recently, so I might, go ahead and give it a really good soak. Today is December 8th. I'm in Central Florida, so it's still potato planting season. In about 90 days, I'm gonna dig these up and see what they look like. And then I'm gonna follow it up with sweet potatoes, because here in Florida, our sweet potato season kind of starts in February and runs through spring. And I love both types of potatoes, but they just have slightly different seasons. So I figured I'd do one this time, and then that's appropriate for the season. And then the sweet potatoes in February or March. So I get most of that timing information from the University of Florida Ag Extension Office planting calendar that they publish on their website. It's a great resource. Highly recommend it. I'll put a link to it below in the description. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks, guys.